Hi cuties! So today we're gonna do a tag. I discovered this tag from another booktuber called Break Even Books. Link in the description. He didn't tag me in it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I liked it and it seems like fun. So this is the 2 books, 1 stone tag, and there are 10 questions and it's really fun, so let's just get with doing it. Question number 1, the second to last book that you read. For me, that was Tomi Adeyemi's Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and oh my god! Oh my heart! I was tearing up with this one, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna throw it at one point as well, because Tomi Adeyemi now falls into the same category as Leigh Bardugo for giving me new characters that I love and then taking them away. Not cool. I've also discovered I have a type, and that type is rugged mercenary, because I love Rowan so much more. I love him. I loved him in the first one, but I loved him so much more in this one. This is such a ride. It is such a wild ride. I'm so glad that I got to read it. It was the first book I finished this month, but the second to last book that I finished. Question number 2, the second book from the top of your TBR. I'm gonna do my TBR of this month. That is also a book I recently finished, and that is Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. So I can show you, I'm currently reading Home, which is the sequel. And then we have The Night Masquerade. They all sit together on that list because I just consider it a little trilogy, so it sits in the second line of my reading planner book. But this is also very good, very quick read because they're little novellas. But dang does this get you. It gets you right in the gut. And when you think something's gonna happen, it's like, nope, we're doing this instead. Very invested in this. I would rather not be filming a video right now. I'd like to read the rest of the entire trilogy, but I told myself I had to be somewhat productive today. So here we are. Luckily, this is a video I want to make, so. I mean, they're all videos I want to make. They're just not ones I want to edit. Hey, YouTuber problem. Number 3 is 2 2-star books that I've read. That I might need to consult. Who's a 2-star book? Who did I give 2 stars to? I can name 1 stars right off the bat. Nobody this year has gotten that. Oh, yes, they have. Yep, okay. There's one. I need another one. Okay. But I think did I already sell it? I don't normally keep the 2-star book. The first one is Ruby Red by Kirsten Gier. I've already explained why I didn't really like this in my January reads video, so go check that one out if you want a more in-depth reason why I gave this one 2 stars. But to summarize, there was too much of he's so gorgeous and a lot of unnecessary misogyny and very loose time travel lore. And the second book I'm gonna say is The Wolves of Willoughby Chase by Joan Aiken, which for some people is a big shock because it's a well-beloved classic, I guess. And I read it on audiobook. I think that's why I didn't like it so much, because I didn't really care for the audiobook's quality. And it was very different than what I thought it was gonna be, because I wanted it to be werewolves, and it wasn't werewolves. It was orphans and evil grown-ups. And that story's kind of, to me, not new, even though at the time it was published back in the 60s, so it was more of a big hit then. But for today's world, it's just kind of a bland, we've heard it story thing. So for me, I just didn't like it. A lot of other people do, but that was my other 2-star rating of last year. Woo! Question number 4, 2 great books by the same author. Now this is 2 different books, not in the same series. So can you guess who I'm gonna pick? If you didn't guess Francesca Zappia, then you just don't know who I am. But I'm picking Francesca Zappia. This is Eliza and Her Monsters, and Now Entering Adamsville. Also Made You Up, which I own, but I have lent to a friend and have yet to get it back. I love Francesca Zappia so much. She is one of my all-time favorite authors now, and I can't wait to see what she puts out next. I love it. If you haven't read her work, please go read them. This is was my #1 book in 2018, and I loved Made You Up last year. I loved Now Entering Adamsville last year. This is very different than this one in Made You Up. Made You Up and Eliza are contemporaries with heavier topics. This one focuses a lot on anxiety. Made You Up focuses on schizophrenia. This is an urban fantasy. It's very different, which is why people are not enjoying it as much, because it's different, but that's why I like it so much, because she's got the range, people. She's proven herself. And I love this, and it's an ace main character, and you're never going to pry Zora from my hands. So yes, Francesca Zappia. Question number 5. 2 books you wish you had bailed on. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the current read, because I have like 2 more hours left of this book on my audiobook. It's a 24-hour long audiobook, and I wish I had bailed on it, but I don't DNF, okay, people? You know me. I don't really DNF. I have DNF'd once in my life. That book that I'm talking about right now is Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. It has rave, crazy reviews. A lot of other people like it. They call it African Game of Thrones, which I'm just like, just because it has a lot of sex and violence and stuff doesn't make it Game of Thrones. I mean, that is the main pull of Game of Thrones, which is also why I don't really like the Game of Thrones book. But I do not like this. It has so much unnecessary sex. And here's the thing. I don't hate like erotic fiction. People can like it, people can write it. It's a great genre. It's a great money-making genre for one. But I don't like unnecessary sex. I don't like it. It's got to have meaning, and this is just all over the place. And this has a lot of incest. It has a lot of child rape. It has a lot of things that I just do not like. And like, finally, the main character has been told he doesn't like women. And he's like, what do you mean by that? And it's like, he thinks all women are witches, and there's not a single girl character in here that is a good guy or anyone that you would like. So there's like one character that I like in this entire book so far, and he just killed them off. I'm very angry at this book, and I wish I had the strength in me to DNF books, but I don't. There's that and my mini rant. Other one that I wished I had DNF, Enclave by Anna Guire. I DNF'd the series, but I did finish reading all of Enclave, the first book. At first it just seemed like it was going to be a meh book, but then she went and turned the rapist into a love interest. I am not here for that. He didn't feel bad about what he'd done. He just now was like making his move on the main character, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. And I wish I had DNF'd that whole book, because then I wouldn't have had to read that part. I have strong feelings sometimes. Y'all can like what you like, but I didn't like those 2. Number 6, 2 of your faves this year so far. And I'm gonna try not to double mention books. We're gonna go with boom boom ba boom ba boom. The Mara Dyer trilogy. Obviously, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer is the first book, and I loved it so much more than I thought I was going to. Very good, excellent read. Definitely, if you haven't read these, I mean, these came out in like 2010. I'm behind on that, but I've read them now. I can tell you all about how much I love them now, and how much you will probably love them, because I love her writing style, and I thought this was just a complete wild ride of a time. If you don't know, I like a good wild ride of a time when I'm reading a book, all right? I will also mention, oh, I gotta reach up high. I'm not pulling the whole series down. That is the 3 Dark Crowns series, specifically 2 Dark Reigns by Kendare Blake. I loved 2 Dark Reigns, I think, the most out of them. I read it on audiobook, and it was amazing. I love the voice actress who does these books, and this was a wild ride. Oh, my babies. Especially Arsinoe and Billy. I will protect them with my life. You can call me Jules, because that's who I am now, apparently. Absolutely loved this. Loved 2 Dark Reigns the most out of the entire series. Highly recommend. Just give it a shot, guys, because I know the first book is a lot of world building, so it does take some time to get into it, but you will not regret getting into this series. And if you do, then we have very different tastes, and that's fine. Number 7 is 2 new favorite booktubers. Obviously, Break Even Books is going to be one of them, because I recently discovered him, and I really like the content that he puts out. I think he has really good quality videos, and he showed me this tag. The other I'm going to mention is Pixie Pia. She's a very young booktuber. She has a really good kind of presence on her videos, even though I don't 100% agree with her opinions, because she slanders some of my favorite books. Okay, whatever. But I do think she is a very fun personality on camera that's very fun to watch. So those 2 is who I'm going to mention this time round. Question number 8. A book you've read twice. Going to find... Oh, I gotta jump on my bed. Hold on. Up top all the books that I love are up top. We're gonna go with Exile for Dreamers by Kathleen Baldwin. It's my favorite book of the Strange House series. I cannot wait to read the 4th book. I have it, I just haven't had a moment to read it because my TBRs don't fall in the category of historical romance and fiction and alternative history and all that other stuff, but hopefully I get to read it soon, probably in April, when I treat myself to reading whatever I want to. But Exile for Dreamers is the 2nd book in the Strange House series. It follows my favorite character, Tess, and mostly because I love the romance in this with her and Lord Ravencroft, because dreamy. Tess is a character who has visions. Her and Ravencroft's whole story is not an enemies to lovers, but it's like that I can't be with you because I don't want to, you know, shackle you to me because I'm horrible. And it's freaking adorable, okay? They're so cute, and I would read so many books just about their domestic life in the future. So, Kathleen Baldwin, everybody, please read her books as well. Question number 9 is 2 favorite quotes from books you've read. I don't normally, like, write down quotes or anything. They'll strike me in the moment, and I'll think, oh yeah, go write that down, and then I never do. But I can tell you, this is the only time I'm mentioning a book twice, but in Binti, there are 2 moments where I was like, oh my god, commit that to memory, but I didn't mark it, so I don't know where exactly it is, so I'm going to try to quote it from memory. First one is, just because something isn't surprising doesn't mean it is easy to deal with. And I loved that quote because I'm like, yeah, just because you expected this doesn't mean it's gonna be easy to handle. The other quote I liked is another just because quote, but it said, just because something is written in a book doesn't make it true. Yes, just because something is on Facebook doesn't make it true, guys. But I thought that was very telling, especially for like the world today and how everyone will take things that they find on one piece of paper, one research study, and then believe that above all the other research studies, even though that research study was proven false and the author came out and said everybody that he faked the results. Yep, I don't know if you guys are following that, but yep. The last question is not a question, but it is to tag other booktubers in a number divisible by 2, so I'm just gonna make it easy on myself and tag 2 people. I am gonna tag Meadow because you're making booktube videos now. I see you with your February TBR. Granted, I don't know when this video is coming out, so this might be a while for that. But Meadow, you're tagged, and I'm also going to tag the queen of making tags herself, the novel Nana. I want to see her do this tag as well. So, ya tagged. And of course, anybody else who wants to do this video, all the booktubers that I know and love, or if you're new to my channel and everything and you want to do this, congratulations, you are tagged now as well. Please do this tag. I thought it was really fun. Thank you for Break Even Books for showing it or making it, and then me watching your video, and then I commented and you responded to my comment, and so I made the video. Hooray! And of course, if you have any further questions or comments, leave them down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye!